I'm Iṛᴜ and you're watching my very first Baddies review. Okay, so the episode starts off with Jayla and Meatball. My problem with that is like last week, they showed y'all this week's trailer basically showing that Jayla got punked. That's a lie. All I know is Jayla has no beef, no real beef with Meatball. So for Meatball to just step in and to say that Biggie is being bullied, I feel like you needed a small storyline. That's how I feel about it, because Biggie has her own fucking mouth. Biggie literally talks so much crap on YouTube with her teddy bear. Let's make it make sense. I do not agree with Biggie playing the victim card this season, because Baddies East, or I think West it was, when she literally smacked Stunner off guard and then pulled the same stunt a year later in the trailer and smacked Smiley for no reason. Who's really the bully? Like Jayla said, you have no right to tell someone you're going to smack them knowing damn well you can't fight. Like says, if you got all that mouth, stand on your shit. That's it. I do love how Meatball did also want to hear Jayla's side, and she did have an understanding of it. So, I respect that. So, moving on. The next scene they show is when is Diamond, Tinkerbella, Natalie, and Sapphire walking. So they're like, oh, Sapphire's like, oh, like, I'm ready to go see the monkeys. Like, I'm ready. So then Tinkerbella goes, we're with one already. Basically talking about Diamond and Body. So Diamond goes, oh, says the bitch who used to be darker than me. Nah, wait. Diamond the Body actually said a former dark-skinned woman is calling a dark-skinned woman a monkey. And I'm not gonna lie, like, how I feel about that is, like, there's a lot of outrage when, it's normally, like, in the other community. But when it comes to the black community, our community, it's more so of, like, colorism, which that shit is not okay at all. Like, I don't care how you put it. But mind you, the only reason why DTB, Diamond the Body, has said that towards her was because Tinkerbella, I guess either she bleached her skin or she got a chemical pill or something. So rolling into the next scene is with Bianca, Aubrey, Jellybean, and Auntie with the red hair. So Aubrey says something along the lines of, oh, that's why my bank account is bigger. I guess the only reason why she kind of said that little line was because it's her last day, she was leaving, and the little group she was with was not acknowledging that because they didn't care. So Bianca, jumps in and says, my boyfriend is a millionaire. So Aubrey, shady ass, goes into, oh, if your boyfriend is a millionaire, why you wouldn't be on here? Like, just being very, very fucking shady. So Aubrey goes, oh, like, he's lying to you. So then Bianca goes into the fact of, I guess how he got his deals and what he is, I guess, an A&R. And she's just being very shady, Aubrey. And it's like, sister, you have in your contract that you can't be touched. But it's like, your mouth is writing a check that ass can't cash. And it hasn't made sense, sister. Like, in the beginning, I was, feeling, her confessionals, Aubrey. I was feeling it because I'm like, all right, she's a little funny. She's bringing something different to the show, yada, yada, yada. But then it's like, as you're watching her, it's like, damn, like, you're very fucking shady. And not even in like a funny, shady way. It's in like a mean, like, type of way. It's like, make it make sense. Okay. So rolling into the next scene, Natalie Nunn says her famous line, "Is there anybody that has anything to say to anybody that they want to get off their chest?" Basically saying, do any of y'all hoes want to fight before we go to the next destination? So Diamond the Body steps forward and she calls out, "It's Dia and Slim Too Bad." By the way, I think them two are some motherfucking followers. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, so DTB stated her problem, which was she felt like they were being followers and picking sides. So Dia goes into basically saying how she felt about DTB, which is Diamond the Body, and about how she felt like she didn't have a right to fight Tinkerbella at the auditions, I guess. So Diamond the Body and It's Dia starts, going back and forth, kind of arguing and whatnot. And I guess Diamond wasn't liking what It's Dia was saying, so she kind of like did some like backhand type of move on her with her back. It didn't really connect, but it was going to land. As they're fighting now, like, It's Dia do some like, like some, in the cartoons when you like see the birds like spinning around, like, I feel like Dia was doing that during their fight. So now they're going back and forth. They done fighting and whatnot now. Slim Too Bad runs up on Diamond the Body. None of them hits landed though. So they had their little 3-second, whatever that was. And then Tinkerbella runs up and ready to fight her, and I didn't call that a fight either. Maybe a wrestling match. The hits wasn't hitting. It wasn't landing. It wasn't doing what they thought it was doing in that moment. But they was definitely wrestling. Yeah. But I will say though, Diamond the Body was, trying to knee her in the upper respiratory. She was, trying to get in there. So I respected that. And then she was trying to, do her little punches and whatnot. She got her in that round. I can admit that. So now that that's over, Natalie says her famous line again. "Is there anybody else who has any other problems that they want to bring to the flow?" So Big Kiva steps forward, and she's asking Meatball, "Do you truly believe that you got jumped on the beach when they fought?" So then Meatball was like confused, like, "Oh, I don't know. Someone hit me in the head." So Big Kiva was like, "Nah, you clearly don't even believe that. Like, I can tell by your face expression, you don't believe that." Like, so as they're talking, Tinkerbella jumps in and basically admits that she basically hit her. So Big Kiva was like, "I bet. So since you snuck me, I want my lick back." So then Tinker was like, "I bet. I respect it. Like, whatever." So then Big Kiva was like, "After we done, whatever, we can hug it out or whatever." I did gain respect for Big Kiva for that, because it's like, listen, you hit me, I want my lick back, and we can hug it out after. So as they're about to get ready for their round, Tinker goes, "Oh, so where you from?" That makes her start fucking fighting. That shit had me rolling. So Natalie says her famous line again. "Is there anybody else that needs to catch a fade before we get out of here?" or whatever. So Dia steps forward and she addresses Nunu, basically saying, "You snuck me and I want my, she want to fight her again." So then Nunu basically said that, it's not personal, it's business. I wanted your spot and I did what I did. So then she asked her, she was like, "Do you want your lick back or you want to move on from it?" So Dia stepped forward. So at this point, Dia steps forward, and then Nunu was like, "Wait, bitch, wait. just like that. Because in the moment, Nunu was taking off like her wig, taking off her earrings. She didn't want her to hit her in that moment. So they get into tussling now. They start fighting, and Dia cannot fight. Like, she cannot fight, and sis got all that mouth. And then it's like, all she keeps saying is, I representing my country, I representing for an entire What are you representing besides getting your ass beat, sister? So I think this is the 5th time she has said this, Natalie. Her famous line again. She says, is there anybody else that needs to get anything out? So Aubrey steps forward. Fucking cringe moment. She steps forward like, oh, there's this bitch on Zeus who thinks she's all that, and because she got her own show, basically addressing Natalie. Again, it was all cringe. It was obviously, fake and shit. It was just, it was cringe. Cringe.com. Like, it was fucking cringe. Forward. So, following scene is Natalie picking out the replacements. She's picking out the ones who are on reserved versus the ones who are staying. So, the one she picked, I was like, okay, she did good, even though that other one, I forgot her name. I think her name is Heaven or something. Annoying. I'm actually glad she didn't get picked, honestly. So next scene follows where Natalie and a couple of the other girls are at the house now. And Natalie is addressing the fact that Biggie is out at dinner with Tommy, which is her op. But she didn't really address the fact that the other ones were there too. So, yeah. Which is Tasiki, Mariah, Sapphire, and I think Blueface sister. I forgot her name too. Her name is Callie. I actually like Callie, and she stands on business. So when Mariah, Sapphire, and Tasiki and Biggie got back from dinner, they walk in the house and whatnot as well, and Tasiki's doing her little walk around and stuff, and it looked like she was about to give her a hug, but Jelly Bean got up to kind of like go for a hug, and Tasiki starts fighting her. My problem with that is, and don't get me wrong, I love Tasiki, but if you and her already spoke it out previously, mind you would have thought that it was a club type section, when no, it was the Bad versus Wild sections, Natalie's section. They all was in the section together, while obviously the rest of them was on stage, doing their thing. Jelly Bean was in the audience next to her man. But to talk it out after and then to bring it on this season to, I guess, have a storyline, it just don't sit right with me. Because it's like, you can tell, again, Jelly Bean did not even want to fight her in the first place. And it's like, you always say, you don't fight people who are fragile. But it's like, yeah, come on, sister. Come on. And then it's like with Mariah, let me just say, like, Mariah, it's like, you're jumping in fights for Tasiki, but that girl has not jumped into a fight for you. Not only that, but the friend that came in on 10 for you, fighting for you, they're not helping or defending. Like, she just gave me so, like, just phony and just fake, like, and a pick me. Like, it's giving, like, let me get in where I fit in. Like, head ass. Like, girl, bye. So next scene goes into them all sitting down on the couch, and Natalie is basically saying to them, like, well, to Biggie, oh, like, you went out to dinner with, they stay writing motorcycles, like, I can't even write it properly. Anyways, they all went out to dinner. They all sat down in the living room and was basically talking about what just went down and, whatever. And Biggie and Natalie's, go back and forth and discussing about them going out to dinner, which was, Tommy, Biggie, Tasiki, and Mariah and Sapphire. And Natalie's basically saying, like, you and I went to op, yada, yada, yada. So Biggie is basically saying, like, you know who your friend is and stuff, and I have my friend. So that's when Jayla also jumped into it and said her piece, like, listen, Biggie, either, you gonna stand on what you said and keep standing on it, or you want to call it basically, like, like, just leave it on the floor type shit. And Jayla was mostly and basically stating that the only reason she wanted to keep on popping off too was because Biggie scratched her all over, and girl, I get it. Face card, I get it, sister. Like Jayla said, she did not want to fight Biggie in the first place. But the same way, she had an opinion, when Natalie asked her a question on live, that's where it all stemmed from. And the same way, Biggie goes on live too on YouTube and has an opinion on everybody else with her fucking teddy bear. So all Jayla was saying that, she had an opinion, she said what she said, and then she, Biggie basically said she's going to smack her when she saw her, and she wanted her to stand on it. Now Natalie's getting into it like, we gotta go to the club, we gotta get out of here, And then the next scene follows through when Gretchen comes in, the one who says the N-word. And she basically addresses Meatball, and then they start tussling. Like, I'm like, okay, sister. Thank you to everyone who tuned in to my first ever Get Into the Root review. Thank you for attending. And I also want you guys to check out my business, which is a spiritual business. I sell candles, oils, and I do readings. Not that watered down shit, the real shit. Okay? So check it out. It's called The Root of Aries. I will place it down below. And thank you for watching. Don't forget also to like, comment, and subscribe for more.